People frequently ponder the delicate dance between predetermination and free will in one's life, as if treading a tightrope that stretches across the vast expanse of existence. Envision an onion, layers upon layers of a life story. Firmly anchored into the earth is a sturdy stake, shackled by a rope that unfurls to a generous 25 meters. To this, a horse is bound. What is predetermination, you ask? It manifests as the invisible boundary of a 25-meter radius, within which the horse treads its path. The animal, believing itself a master of its choices, meanders to the right at whim, veers left when it fancies, grazes on lush grass, or stands idly, basking in the sun's embrace. Yet, to the watchful eye of an outsider, the horse's freedom is an illusion, a predictable rhythm of life confined within its circular prison. Should the horse yearn to break the chains of destiny, it must summon immense strength to dislodge the stake and gallop freely into the boundless landscape. Yet, it first must awaken to this hidden truth, to sense the tension, and to surge with the power to alter its fate. Just as a horse finds itself trotting within the confines of a fenced pasture, able only to choose between a few minor paths, so too do people find themselves bound by the invisible ropes of predestination. Initially, we're all wrapped in a cocoon of life's predetermined course, where choices feel more like distant murmurs than roars of decision. It takes a feat of extraordinary courage and persistence to tear through this veil of predictability, a rare act that statistics whisper is achieved by a mere 1 in thousands. A tiny fraction of humanity, less than 1/10%. For nearly everyone else, life unfurls like a script already half written, with destiny's ink sealing the pages before we've had a chance to leave our own mark. So then, what is this shadowy figure of predetermination, if not a universal stage upon which most of us dance, bound unwittingly by the strings of fate? From the tender days of early childhood, a child drinks in the behavioral patterns of their mother and father as if they were the very air they breathe. They watch closely, learning to navigate the intricate web of reactions to relatives and those intimately woven into their lives. As they grow, guided by these ingrained patterns, they find themselves drawn to partners who echo the lullabies of familiarity, partners who mirror their parents' essences in uncanny ways. Yet, should those parental figures cast long shadows of negativity, the child might find solace in embracing their opposites, inherited through the ages, akin to heirlooms etched with time's passage. The child bears the illnesses of ancestors reaching back 7 generations, stitched into their being through shared character traits, behaviors, and thinking patterns. Bound in this dance of lineage and repetition, they walk a path forged by those gone before. This is destiny, the loom of predestination. A whisper of freedom beckons when they discern they are more than mere vessels of history, and life surpasses the confines of familial ties and the tangled notions of I, me, mine. The horizon widens, revealing a vast expanse beyond their insular circle, and the realization dawns that life stretches beyond the finality of death. They embark on a quest, seeking answers to the profound questions of existence. Who am I? Whence do I come? What is my cosmic path? Is there a God? How can I serve the tapestry of humanity? Thus, they begin to unfurl their own destiny. When an individual breaks free from the narrow confines of their ego, they open themselves to a world enriched with kaleidoscopic color and profound understanding. Their body becomes a conduit for celestial energies of a higher plane, allowing them to weave threads of influence into the tapestry of what was once deemed predestined. Genetic shackles and the looming shadows of fate's gnarled fingers begin to loosen their grip. The ailments that haunted their lineage, echoing through the corridors of time, lose their hold. They dismantle the chains of ancestral curses and extinguish the solitary flame of celibacy that once flickered unchallenged in the heart's chamber. What once weighed heavy with significance now dissolves into irrelevance. As they transcend into a realm where such notions become, like whispers in the wind, barely heard and swiftly forgotten. Imagine a schoolboy, now grown, revisiting the pint-sized chairs and pastel walls of his old kindergarten, a place once brimming with endless wonder now draped in the gray monotony of conditioned patterns. In this realm, everything is meticulously ordained. The rhythm of nap times, the unwavering circle of snack time, and a guiding voice of command. It is a land where individual will is a mere ripple, and conformity is the sea. Yet, as the boy grows into himself, stepping into the infinite expanse beyond his childhood chrysalis, he discovers a profound realization. He is a thread woven into the glorious tapestry of the universe. Here, amidst the cosmic dance of stars and serendipity, he perceives the intricate web of interconnections binding the realms of possibility. Only from the vantage point of this universal stage does he truly taste the bittersweet nectar of freedom, the exhilarating liberty of choice. When a person acts solely for themselves, their path is like walking within the suffocating grip of invisible walls, the horizon obscured by the fog of predictability. Yet, when they extend their hands to touch the lives of others, regardless of whether their actions are noble or misguided, an awakening occurs over time, a gradual revelation that the altruistic endeavors imbue them with a vitality as vibrant as the first light of dawn, lifting them to higher planes of existence filled with warmth and purpose. And in this newfound realm of giving and receiving, an abundance of choices unfurls before them like a meadow in spring, each option brimming with the intoxicating scent of hope and possibility. Imagine the power to decide whether illness takes hold of your body, or if you remain in robust health. If illness dares to strike, you possess the profound understanding of its origins and the swift path to recovery. Gone are the days when survival clung to the forefront of your mind, or the anxiety of how to earn your daily bread gnawed at your peace. This state of grace, where worries about finding a home evaporate into thin air, becomes your reality. The universe seemingly bends to your will, where money flows like a gentle stream. Housing aligns effortlessly. Luck dances at your fingertips. A soulmate appears as if painted into your life's canvas, and success becomes as certain as the sunrise. It's as if these blessings float, unbidden and unrestrained, into your life. Yet, reaching this realm of abundance requires you to yank out the anchored peg of complacency, and with relentless determination, earn its rewards. To illuminate the intricate journey of an individual's personality development, let's delve into the sacred dance between nature and nurture. We all begin at the raw, primal threshold of instinct, a gift from the cosmos, woven into our very essence by the hands of the divine. Nature. These instincts are whispered to our souls through the tapestry of time, through the voices of our parents and ancestors, etched into that ancient part of our brain dedicated solely to the noble pursuit of survival. Picture an infant, a tender being whose every action is a symphony of survival. When hunger gnaws at their tiny belly, an urgent cry pierces the silence. When discomfort creeps in with a soiled diaper, again the cry. When the ache for warmth and refuge stirs, it is met with the same plaintive wail. Each cry is a lifeline, a primal communication aimed at one intrinsic goal: safeguarding the fragile life so it may flourish and endure in this vast, demanding world. Then unfolds the second stage, the logical one, where the mind takes shape and blossoms with intricate complexity. It evolves as a finely crafted tool, honed by the caress of knowledge and the sting of experience. In the gentle light of Eastern wisdom, I perceive the mind as an astute sentinel, vigilantly observing the tapestry of life, and meticulously sifting through the influx of information. Like a mosaic artist, it selects tiles according to patterns woven by deep-seated beliefs and ingrained attitudes, carefully aligning them within the framework of good, bad, right, and wrong. These deeply held convictions, defining what is deemed virtuous and true. Our treasures handed down by the hands of relatives, sharing stories by the fireside, friends whose voices echo with laughter and tears, society with its myriad faces and voices, guiding teachers who weave tales of ancient truths, television's glowing screen casting shadows of contemporary narratives, the vast ocean of the internet teeming with wisdom and folly, and social circles spinning their web of influence. Thus, as we journey through the tapestry of life, we begin to perceive the world cloaked in the hues of others' perspectives, shaped by the socially accepted norms that thread our collective consciousness. During this transformative stage, an invisible mechanism, a sort of internal autopilot, begins to unfurl within us, comprising a repertoire of instinctive responses triggered by life's myriad stimuli. How does this unfold? At the heart of every experience, a feeling flickers, a luminous glance from the soul, a response as transient as a whispered breeze. Yet, in a heartbeat, this initial stir of emotion voyages through the intricate maze of the mind's filter, where it is scrutinized, labeled, declared good or bad, right or wrong. This cerebral interpretation births an emotion, a visceral force that urges us in our actions, steering our reactions to the unfolding narrative. When we repeatedly respond to familiar events with the same patterned reaction, a habit is carved into our being, like a river etching its path through stone, a definitive way of acting that becomes as natural as breathing. In a dimly lit kitchen, where the hum of a distant refrigerator was the only sound, a mother uttered words that pierced through the air, cold and sharp, leaving her daughter with a sting of bitterness in her heart. The daughter's initial response was a tumultuous wave of resentment rising within her. Yet her inner voice insisted that good daughters must swallow such feelings, lest they disturb the fragile peace with their mothers. As the years drifted by, like leaves carried away by an unseen current, this silent acceptance became an ingrained part of her, seeping into interactions with others. As she blossomed from a girl into a young woman, and eventually into the full bloom of womanhood, the intricate tapestry of resentment wove itself into her soul, becoming a silent ghost haunting her until she could no longer distinguish its wispy presence nor understand how to give it voice. As time weaves its threads into the tapestry of our lives, we find ourselves gripped by a steadfast rhythm of ingrained automatic reactions. For every whisper of external influence, there lies within us a pre-formulated response, a script that dictates what to say, how to act, like an actor on the grand stage of life performing without thought. We exist in the limbo of autopilot. Yet, let there be no misunderstanding. This state of being, neither halo, enshrined nor shadow, cloaked, serves as a vital gatekeeper of our mental bandwidth, shielding our consciousness from the cacophony of endless routines. Imagine the heart's drumbeat, the lungs drawing in the silken air, the silent orchestra of internal organs unfurling their symphony, all thriving without our mindful direction. Autopilot is the quiet guardian, gently conserving our energy by choreographing the mundane dance of daily rituals. How we fasten our smiles after brushing our teeth, or arrange each bite of sustenance with effortless grace. It spares us from the burden of recollecting these tasks afresh, weaving a seamless cadence into the fabric of existence. In the intricate tapestry of society, the autopilot within us serves as an invisible thread, seamlessly guiding our interactions and adaptations. Picture yourself strolling into a bustling store. The salesgirl, with a practiced eye, identifies you as a potential customer. An internal switch flickers to life, igniting in her a warm, cordial demeanor, her lips curling into a courteous smile as she gently inquires, "How can I assist you?" At that moment, your own autopilot quietly engages, allowing you to respond effortlessly, sidestepping any intrusive musings such as, "What is her agenda? Why did she approach me?" In the complex dance of social interaction, an innate algorithm unfolds, skillfully governing your communication with the sales consultant. It marks a vital juncture, as we entrust certain responses and actions to our internal autopilot, a silent partner in our journey toward personal growth and development. Nevertheless, if we slip into a perpetual state of autopilot, dangers loom on the horizon like a brewing storm. We dilute the rich tapestry of life's moments. Each precious second in the 24 hours gifted to us daily. It's as if we're blindfolded to the sacred whispers of the universe and the breathtaking beauty that envelopes our existence. We gradually stop seeing the tenderness in our loved ones' smiles, the quiet dignity of our daily labors, or the warmth of our first and possibly only apartment, once the cradle of our dreams. Initially, our hearts danced with joy in those new walls. But over time, we grow numb, letting apathy obscure all that should compel our gratitude until it fades into the shadow of complacency. Most people find themselves adrift in the second stage of personality development, where the illumination of logic and the dichotomy of good and bad cast sharp shadows across their consciousness. At this juncture, life unfurls with the precision of a clockwork dance, each tick powered by the inexorable algorithms that govern the mind. This mental machinery, intricate yet predictable, borrows its gears from the collective consciousness of others, echoing the societal norms that cradle us from birth. Here, conformity cloaks itself as custom. Correctness is a well-worn path, and predictability reigns supreme, scripting lives with silent, inevitable precision. The journey to the third stage of consciousness unfurls, like a sunrise over an awakening mind, revealing a realm where the mysteries of the universe lay bare, and the power to shape destinies whispers seductively. This moment of transformation is ignited when one perceives that the universe is not merely a canvas for personal desires, but a vast tapestry to which each of us is intrinsically bound. As this awareness dawns, an introspective question arises like a gentle breeze stirring the soul. What in this immense world is truly mine, for which I am willing to bear the weight of responsibility? The very language we employ is not ours alone. It is an heirloom of borrowed phrases and rearranged thoughts, slipped into conversations with the glint of intellectual discovery as if we were the creators of profound insights. When you unfurl the pages of a book, you might unexpectedly stumble upon the notion that your seemingly novel thoughts were already sculpted into existence by an eloquent mind somewhere in the 18th century. It's a revelation that forces you to confront the astonishing truth that no piece of your physical form spontaneously materialized, but rather emerged from the intricate tapestry woven by the blending of your parents' beings. In this vast, swirling cosmos, you begin to wonder, what can claim the intimacy of being truly yours? From the innocent days of a child in kindergarten to the wise reflection of an adult. Only our tempest of emotions, catalysts sparked by the world around us, are solely our own. These internal symphonies, birthed in response to the myriad stimuli from our mother, father, all others, and every unfolding event, are the singular entities for which we bear the weight and wonder of responsibility. Embarking on the journey toward the liberation found in the freedom of choice is like stepping onto a path gently illuminated by the golden light of a promising new dawn. It signifies the courageous act of embracing responsibility for the rich tapestry of your emotions, allowing the pulse of each moment to resonate through the tender corridors of your heart, rather than navigating life by the rote machinations of the mind's programmed routes. It is an invitation to a deeper awakening, where awareness blossoms like a wildflower on a sunlit hillside, entwining feeling, thought, speech, and action into a seamless dance of authenticity and unity. In this state, you are not merely observing life. You are truly living it, constructing the foundation of your own happiness with every authentic step you take. When the storms rage within, you must let the tempest show its face, at least a little. revealing clouds of sorrow and winds of anger fluttering across your demeanor. Accepting the rumble of your emotions is crucial. Admit, I am upset. Ask for patience and understanding. Please forgive me. This is just my transient storm. And for now, I need solitude to weather it. In this honest expression, the heavy fog of resentment begins to lift. Mindfulness anchors you in the immediate, rendering the chaos into clarity. When you sit down to a hot slice of pizza, that moment becomes your sanctuary. The worries of tomorrow or regrets of yesterday melt away, like the cheese beneath its golden crust. Your awareness narrows to the warmth spreading in your mouth, and the delightful dance of savory flavors tickling your taste buds, grounding you in the exquisite now. Only through a state of profound awareness can one assure the fulfillment of all desires. The vibrant canvas of health, the gentle symphony of a harmonious family, the soaring heights of a gratifying career, and the golden glow of overall well-being. Countless souls seek the sanctuary of a psychologist's counsel, bearing witness to the universal truth that at the heart of every illness, the hollow echo of loneliness, the tangled webs of misunderstanding, and the shadow of poverty, lies the same root cause: the unspoken emotions, those deep and authentic feelings that whisper from the soul's core. It becomes crucial to unravel the tapestry of concepts and patterns that weave through our lives, to discern the threads that bind and those that stifle, so we may gently remove the unnecessary, stepping into the light as a truly happy and harmonious being. Ascending to the lofty peak of awareness requires a journey paved with earnest endeavors and unwavering dedication. How does one traverse this path? In every unfolding moment of life, the soul must turn inward, like a flower seeking the sun's embrace, rather than seeking solace in the capricious winds of external circumstances. Consider the dilemma many face: whether to extend a hand, a coin, to a beggar on the street. What is the righteous path? There is no universal decree. Instead, one must attune to the soft, inward whisper of one's own heart. Does it stir with a longing to give to this singular, weathered soul before you? Then give. If it remains still, then withhold. True freedom blossoms when one possesses the courage, raw and resolute, to say no, to deny what rings hollow. The siren's call of cigarettes, the numbing embrace of alcohol, the confining institution of marriage undertaken merely out of convention, or the gilded trap of a prestigious career. To deliver a heartfelt no without the crutch of justification, without the chains of proving or parsing right from wrong. This is a rare gift. It is the noble defiance of following one's heart, the heart that navigates against the roaring currents of popular opinion and societal expectation. The stages of awareness, much like their predecessors, are essential milestones in the journey of human existence. The curiosity lies not in whether we will traverse them, but in the manner of our crossing. Will we, through sheer determination, propel ourselves forward? Or will we be nudged by the capricious hand of fate, the moment when the autopilot ceases its mechanical guidance, and we start to genuinely perceive the world with fresh, unguarded eyes? Often coincides with the eruption of unpredictability. It is the shattering of a heart, the loss of beloved parents, or the chaos of a looming disaster that jolts us awake. In such moments, the cold logic of the robot, autopilot, falters, its steadfast algorithms baffled by the unforeseen. We are no longer passengers cruising through life, but conscious beings immersed in the rawness of reality, where programmed paths end and true awareness begins. That fleeting, crystalline moment of self-awareness descends upon us, like the clearest dawn when we can behold ourselves with a gaze unclouded by illusion. Yet inevitably, life resumes its relentless rhythm, sweeping us back into the comfort of familiar ruts. Much like a tale wrapped in humor and human folly, a clandestine affair unfolds with urgency. A man entangled in passion with another's wife, is jolted by a knock that spells danger. "My husband is here," she whispers, electric panic lacing her words. Springing into action, the lover leaps from the 10th floor window, and as he plummets towards the earth, he beseeches divinity for one miraculous reprieve, promising to forsake his vices: drinking, smoking, sinning. Fortune smiles upon him. He lands in a bed of soft flowers, emerges unscathed, and the absurdity of his vow dawns on him in the clarity of survival. For in that descent, a span of mere heartbeats, he wore the guise of the fallen, embracing his role so completely that clarity stripped away the noise, leaving him vulnerable yet attuned enough to converse with the divine. But then the ominous tide shifts, plunging us into an abyss of raw fear and vulnerability. When our children lie feverish and restless, their small, flushed faces a canvas of worry. When a dangerous madman, eyes wild with unpredictable malice, holds a knife menacingly close to our throats. When the house we call home is devoured by flames, each crackle a harrowing cry of destruction. When our car careens through the chaos of twisted metal and broken glass. When the deafening silence of a plane hurtling earthward echoes despair. When the cold, indifferent claw of the bank rips away all that we've built over lifetimes. In these moments, time splinters into 1,000 fraught nanoseconds, each heartbeat amplified, each breath a desperate gasp. We exist wholly and woefully in the relentless immediacy of now. I often find myself baffled by the enigma that unfolds when 99 out of 100 people instinctively disengage their internal autopilot in the face of tragedy, leaving them grappling with an avalanche of raw emotions they scarcely comprehend. Yet, amid the turbulence, a whisper of hope emerges, an alternative path, the exquisite art of living through every fleeting moment, savoring each nuanced emotion, and embracing the profound practice of mindfulness. As one begins to unravel the intricate, cosmic tapestry of the universe's laws and the web of cause and effect that binds us, there is an unsettling realization that creeps in like a shadow. Could it be me, standing alone at the center, orchestrating the symphony of events, both serendipitous and sorrowful, that swirl around my existence? Suddenly, the heart races, panic flaring like a wildfire through the soul, as the weight of accountability presses its heavy palm upon the shoulders. Every event in life is colored by a trio of perspectives, painting the canvas of our minds with varied hues. Imagine me ambling along, lost in thought, only to be abruptly jostled by the unexpected presence of a couch blocking my path. Pain flares up, sharp and unforgiving. In this moment of reflexive agony, my mind races to assign culpability. Who is to blame for this mishap? The first contender is the couch itself. Consider the bright-eyed innocence of small children. When they collide painfully with a table or a chair, the inanimate object unfailingly assumes the role of the guilty party. In the realm of adulthood, this inclination often lingers, a shadow of our youthful ways, as we seek to offload responsibility onto the shoulders of another, be it person or thing, ruminating that fate and circumstance bear the burden of our woe. The second reaction swept over me like a sudden gust of self-awareness. I felt a wave of embarrassment as I realized that I was the one to blame for not spotting the looming presence of the sofa in my path, a silent sentinel waiting for the hapless arrival of my shins. It's a reaction I've come to recognize in myself and others since embarking on this journey of personal growth, delving into the labyrinth of spiritual and esoteric teachings. Those who traverse this path often end up in a perpetual dance with introspection, their minds a whirlpool of thoughts, incessantly questioning, what did I do to summon this moment into existence? The world transforms into a tapestry of interconnected causes and effects, each action a thread woven into the rich tapestry of life's unpredictable scenarios. There exists a third possibility, an unassuming pathway where blame dissolves into the ether, leaving only the whisper of "it just happened," In this silence, a ripple of realization beckons you to ponder what steps might now unfurl to alter the situation's course. What secrets might you discover to barricade the past shadow from falling again? Imagine, for a heartbeat in eternity, being like a gentle newborn, cocooned in the slumber of 23 hours, dreaming only to breathe and bloom. Rouse this tender soul too soon, and it might wither, succumbing to a destiny unfulfilled. Much like this tender state, our consciousness nests in a dormant stillness until the right awakening stirs. Until then, a quiet autopilot navigates, steering us with a semblance of adequacy through the seas of daily encounters and the myriad dance of human connection. Imagine a person trapped in a world of dreams, wrapped in the silent shadows of a coma. To the outside world, it seems as though he ambles through the day, engaging in life's grand tapestry, walking down bustling streets, toiling diligently at his vocation, celebrating the milestone of marriage, and watching with gentle pride as children bloom around him. Yet, beneath this facade, he is untouched by sensation, his soul slumbering in an oblivion where reality does not reach him. Then, like the soft dawn breaking after a long night, he awakens. What purpose does it serve now to sift through the ashes of those phantom years? To dwell on regret or let guilt plant its bitter seeds? No, for those events unfolded while he lay asleep, adrift in the quiet ocean of unconsciousness, beyond the realm of self-awareness. But now, armed with the shimmering armor of newfound knowledge and the soft, guiding light of deeper understanding, it becomes possible to gently steer the ship of destiny along a brighter, more deliberate course, when shadows of the past slink forward, threatening to choke the vibrancy of the current moment. Embracing the transformative journey of psychotherapy becomes vital, not to wield blame like a sword, but to unearth those buried emotions long dormant in the depths of the subconscious, allowing them to breathe and dissolve like mist in the morning sun. At this juncture, we must embrace the truth that everything unfolded as it was meant to, and courageously step forward, crafting a life filled with intention and newfound hope.